Willie B wins, but it's not without controversy, and Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed pick up where they left off last season. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, crazy race last night. Both of them ended with a caution at the end. The Xfinity race did go to the very end. They did race to the checkered flag. The Cup Series race, however, did not race to the checkered flag, but your winner is William Byron, where he gets his 11th win of his career and his biggest win of his career so far. But as I mentioned earlier, it ended under caution, so it did bring out a lot of people who thought the finish was controversial, and it had several different, I will just say, schools of thought on how they thought the race should have ended. So before we jump into all that, this is the actual picture that NASCAR used to determine the winner. This is what they determined to be the moment of caution, or the actual moment of caution. And you see in this picture that William Byron is in the lead. However, some people did not want to hear this, so this is officially NASCAR's picture. But there are other schools of thought on the matter. The first one is that Alex Bowman won the race because, not necessarily at the moment of caution, but when the yellow light came on, the yellow light, when it initially comes on, Alex Bowman is ahead of William Byron. So a lot of fans were thinking that, hey, Alex Bowman actually won this race. All the Alex Bowman fans are obviously going to be in this camp as well. However, if you remember, NASCAR said numerous times over and over again, and you're probably going to hear it a lot this week, that it is the moment of caution, not when the yellow light comes on. So that is going to be NASCAR's defense against that. I'm not picking a side one way or the other. I'll tell you how I feel about it after this. The second school of thought is that the leader never took the white flag before the caution came out, or in their estimation, the moment of caution should have come out, so there should have been a green-white checkered finish. The people in this school of thought typically tend to lean toward, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them typically tend to lean toward Hendrick paid for another win. They're the Hendrick conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. So they wanted to see a green-white checkered flag. And once again, their argument is they think the moment of caution came out before William Byron took the white flag. So there is that particular school of thought on it. Then there's another school of thought who thought it was a bang-bang call, and that NASCAR either got it right or it is such a bang-bang call. It's sort of like in the NFL when you throw the yellow flag, everything sort of happened so fast that there was not, inconclusive evidence to turn over the call that NASCAR originally made of William Byron winning the race. So there is that school of thought as well. I have seen that on social media as well. But, let me know down in the comments which school of thought that you are going from. I personally think that whoever you pull for or whatever is really going to cloud which way you sort of go with it. If you go by the picture, I think NASCAR got it right, but it's really just going to be how you determine the moment of caution and stuff like that. So going by that picture right there, I would say NASCAR got it right. But then again, when do you determine it to be the moment of caution? I can easily see everybody else's argument in this particular matter too. So I don't think it's cut and dry, but at the end of the day, I do think it was bang bang. And if you're going to go off that picture, then obviously NASCAR got it right. If you're not going to go off that picture, then obviously your perspective on the matter is going to be right as well. So that's just the way that I personally saw it. All right, let's get to the official finish. William Byron ends up winning the race. Good race for him. Alex Bowman, solid. Good race for him. Good turnaround for him so far because he had a rough season last year. Christopher Bell finishes third. He was up there all day. I just couldn't get it done. Corey LaJoie doing what he does at plate tracks, gets the finish. Bubba Wallace finishes fifth, continues his momentum from last year. AJ Allmendinger finishes in sixth place in one of his rare starts for this season. Not rare, but one of his, partial starts in the season. John Hunter Nemechek finishes seventh. Right behind him is his teammate Erik Jones. Good finish for the Legacy Motor Club gang. Obviously, they struggled last season, but they're off to a good start this year. Another team that's off to a good start start is going to be Stewart HAAS Racing, where Noah Gragson finishes 9th and Chase Briscoe finishes 10th. 11 through 15, Kyle Larson, good race for him because he actually finished a restrictor plate track or super speedway. Kyle Busch finished 12th. He hung back at the end of the race because he saw the big one coming. So he, in his estimation, I think maximized his finishing position there. Although I felt like he had a car capable of winning the race. Zane Smith, rookie there, getting a good finish in 13th. Chase Elliott and Martin Truex Jr. round out your top 15. All right, that was a good race. Now let's look at some of the guys who had a bad race, and it could be a rather lengthy list, but I'm going to keep it to a few select drivers. And right there in 36th, you see Michael McDowell. He was the outside pole sitter. He either lost top gear or had some type of mechanical issue, so bad race for him. Bad race for Harrison Burton in 39th there. He had a really fast car, but was taken out on lap 10 or 11 with that Carson Hocevar deal, of course, when John Hunter Nemechek got turned into him. Carson Hocevar and Harrison Burton, bad race for them because they did have cars capable of winning this race. And also I wanted to look at 32nd and 33rd here. Joey Logano definitely had a car capable of winning this race. So did Brad Keselowski. So I'm also going to give them a bad race as well. Speaking of Brad Keselowski, a lot of people thought he had a black eye after the race. That was not the case. He had some, glare protection up underneath of his eyes for when it was sunny outside. So there you go, RFK tweeting that out. Brad Keselowski not injured in that wreck. That was just something to keep the glare out of his eyes that he had below his eyes, as you can see before the race. Also, before I move on, bad race for Ford. Ford had really fast race cars, but couldn't get, because of the wrecks and all that, they couldn't really get the finish or show what they had there, as their best drivers just basically all got wrecked out. So bad race for Ford because they definitely had really fast cars. Everybody was actually pretty even, but Ford definitely really fast. Toyota definitely really fast as well, but Ford didn't have anything to show for it. And then finally, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed picking up where they left off last season with their new formed rivalry. Austin Hill obviously wins this race after the caution comes out, but before that caution came out, it looked like it was going to be an absolute duel between him and Sheldon Creed, but once the caution happened, Sheldon Creed lost his drafting help and Austin Hill was able to finish the race. But that is going to be a super interesting story to follow the rest of the season for them, so good on them, and hopefully that rivalry continues in Xfinity, because I think it's going to be a really fun one to watch. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll keep making these things. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate you all as well. If you want to visit the merch store, the link is in the description. We have the sweatshirts up, and we still have some of the free hats. So the first 50, I don't know exactly how many we've sold at this point, but the first 50 will get a free camo hat like you see here. If you buy the sweatshirts, any color, doesn't matter, still comes with the free camo hat. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.